Matt, we were able to defeat Frankston today, which means we'll be playing in the grand final next week. How does it feel?
Yeah, really good. I just love the way we went about it today. We got our style straight away from the start. We didn't take some time to ease into it. After a week off, normally that can be that way. And Frankston has certainly made the game really hard the way they play and set up. So I was really pleased we were able to get on top of them early, and took a while to get on top of them, especially in that second quarter. We owned a lot of territory, but I really impressed the way we ran it the third quarter and the last quarter, and got through unscathed, and more excited about how we played over 4 quarters. We really got our style on top of their style, and that was the main aim.
Yeah, we had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. So what were we so excited to try and execute today, I guess?
Just trying to get our game plan going as well as we could. We needed some guys to get some games under the belt. A couple of our key forwards and backs haven't had much game time over the last month, so about getting some game time into them. Build some synergy with our backs, who have been a bit all over the shop because of injuries, and using guys to play forward. So just about trying to get the group together as much as we can, and obviously playing at home helps. We didn't have to travel, so we could invest in that. And no, we're not playing till next Sunday, so it gives us an extra day of recovery. So just all about trying to get the team going and our style of play. And I thought we were able to dominate the game and have it on our terms most of the day.
Yeah, what really pleased you the most about the connection specifically today?
I just thought between all the lines we operated really well. We were able to get the job done in the middle of the ground. We dominated territory, and that had a lot to do with the way our backs and mid set up. And I thought our forwards got to work and shared a lot of the ball around and shared shots on goals, and just continued to play the way we've been trying to impress on them all year, and that was the most pleasing thing. And then we were able to ice a couple of our key guys who've had injuries the last 10 or 15 minutes, and that put a lot of load on the other fellas, but they were able to hold their end of the bargain up really well.
Last time we played Frankston, it was a really high scoring game. Are you pleased to keep them to 8 goals?
Yeah, absolutely. Our defence has been really strong all year. I think everybody knows we can score, but yeah, we didn't want it to be a shootout and just roll up and both teams just have 10, 15 shots at goal. So defensively, I thought we were really strong. They kicked the first couple of goals of the game, and after that we were really strong until the last 10 minutes of the last quarter. So yeah, really pleased with our pressure on the ball. Took away their time and space, and we know these guys are capable of kicking a score.
Now we have to talk about Hugh Dixon, 8 goals. How do you find his game today?
Yeah, look, he just, they put a fair bit of work into Dixon and Max Pescott, and we were able to isolate Dicko a fair bit, and he was able to mark the ball. He's had an interrupted, 2 months of footy. Played last week against Box Hill and wasn't happy with his game. He competed really well, but wasn't able to find the ball or really hit the scoreboard at all. So pleasing he was able to do that, but that was a correlation between the rest of our forwards who were able to take a lot of time and space away from their opponents and allow him to have a lot of one-on-one efforts, and he took advantage of that. So really pleasing for him, and he'll feel really good about himself, which is great going into a grand final. Yeah,
obviously we have played in VFL grand finals before, most recently last year, but how important is it just to stick to our process that's worked for us this year and trying to execute that just one more time?
Yeah, look, the biggest thing we've preached all year, just team. We've got some good players in our team, obviously, but we don't need those guys to be best on ground. We need them just to play their role and beat their opponent and beat their midfield, and beat our forwards, beat the opposition backs, and our backs beat the opposition forwards. And really, it's as simple as that. And we've preached that. Today we did that again. Some guys had some good games, but everyone really went about playing their role and executing that really well. And that's what the focus is going to be, and what it has been all year.
Yeah, since we've joined the VFL as well, we've actually never lost a final except for grand finals. What makes this club such a good club when it comes to finals time and when it comes to the crunch, putting performances like today together?
Oh, there's lots of things. It's not one thing. There's a hell of a lot of things. We've got a mature group, most standalone clubs, so we've got a lot of guys been on AFL lists, have played a lot of footy together. We've kept a core group together. They have a real strong belief in what it takes to win. We recruit really well every year. We've got some good coaches. We've got great high performance. So it's a combination of a lot of things. It's never one thing, and you've got to keep doing that if you want to keep being up at the top of the tree. So it's really led by a core group of 8 or 9, 10 players who have been here for a while. That they drive the standards, and to a large extent, it's been on their shoulders of what we've been able to do this year and the previous years. But we haven't been able to win a grand final, and that's what our aim is.
Now, we don't know, whilst we're recording this, who we're going to be playing in the grand final. So we'll just speak specifically on what our week will kind of look like. What's the process going into the grand final?
Just a normal week. We'll recover and review Monday. We'll get stuck in this training, not watch too much vision. We'll train with a real edge about us, as we've done our last 2 weeks in finals. We've trained really edgy and competitive, and there's been a bit going on with our training. We'll do that Tuesday, and then we'll have a great easy captain's run, a good dinner together Thursday night, and then travel down like we have. It'll be a Saturday instead of a Friday, but we'll just do our same travel routine, same hotel. Nothing will change apart from it's a grand final, but the way we prepare and train will be exactly the same.
And lastly, how good was it to have a big home ground today, and then hopefully get as many Shark supporters down at Icon Park next week?
Yeah, we've got a lot of players from Victoria in our team, so I have a lot of family and friends, and we've had great crowds when we've played away from home this year, a lot of Southport support, so we'll know that we'll have that again. Terrific to see a great crowd here today, and good way to finish off and giving them a win to come and watch us, who support us really well all year. And as I said, we'll have a lot of family and friends who live down in Melbourne and Geelong and the country Victoria. And then I'm sure a few of them will make the trek down too to come and watch us and support us. And we've been terrific on the road this year. I think we're 9-1 or 10-1 on the road. So hopefully that continues and we'll notch another win.
Great. Thanks so much for your time and all the best for next week.
Thanks, Cam.